There's 5 ways in which Aniimo plans to monetize, and some of it is a bit questionable, but we finally got the last pieces of the monetization puzzle, so I want to go through everything we know so far, starting with the most important one, the Battle Pass. But keep in mind that anything can still change before launch, so what I'll go through in this video is not set in stone. First of all though, I want to emphasize there's no gacha whatsoever in this game, you cannot pay money to get randomized creature rewards, and all creatures are obtainable for free, but with 2 small asterisks that I will be discussing and going through. The Battle Pass has your typical free rewards track and a premium rewards track. There's actually 2 premium editions. You've got the Advanced Companion Handbook, which is expected to cost $9.99, and you've got the Collector's Companion Handbook, which is expected to cost $19.99. You can also purchase either of these editions as a gift to a friend. But the most noteworthy premium reward of the Battle Pass is the exclusive Aniimo, currently Prismana Fulmintis, for this season. So far, most people thought Prismana Fulmintis was locked to the Battle Pass because there was no other way to get it. However, the dev answers in the recent Q&A revealed that they do plan to make Prismana Fulmintis available to everyone sometime after the season ends, so it won't be permanently locked behind a paywall just for the duration of the Battle Pass season. This does bring up an important point though, which is the fact that this Prismana Fulmintis is not just a cosmetic form, it actually adds a new type and a new skill to Fulmintis. My concern here is that during the season in which Prismana Fulmintis is locked behind a Battle Pass, before it becomes available to everyone, if it ends up being meta in something like a PvP mode, that would give the PvP players an advantage by using Prismana Fulmintis before the free-to-play players have had the chance to even get it as well in the first place. This sets a little bit of a worrying precedent, and I do hope they rebalance this, but in the end, if you do not care too much about PvP, and you mainly care just about collecting all of the Aniimos and their forms, then this should be good news for you. However, another item that is locked behind the Battle Pass is this one, the Soul of Electric Shock, which actually allows you to evolve Wisptis into Fulmintis. But for free-to-play players, the only way to get Fulmintis is by reaching level 40 of the free track of the Battle Pass and get the Elite Fulmintis Egg, which gives you a single basic form Fulmintis at elite potential. For example, this is the one I have, but if I wanted to evolve my perfect Wisptis into a Fulmintis, I would not be able to as a free-to-play player because I would not have this item, the Fulmintis Soul. The second monetization purchase is the monthly pass, expected to cost between $5 and $6. As soon as you buy it, you get 330 lumen crystals, and then every day when you log in, you get 100 glimmer up to 3000. You can also purchase this as a gift for any in-game friend. You've also got some interesting details here, like a renewal bonus and an egg hatching buff, but also this daily reward storage, so you can miss out on some days and the game does not punish you for missing those logins. They will still save your rewards for up to 5 days. For the third monetization purchase, we've got the cosmetics shop. Right now, we've got these 5 cosmetic outfits available for male characters, and I believe another 5 for female characters, at 3 different pricing tiers. From my estimates, these 2 are expected to cost around $18 to $20 worth of lumen crystals. This one would be expected to cost around $15, and these last 2 would cost between $9 and $11 approximately. I say approximately because right now the lumen crystals are not purchasable in the global closed beta, they were only available for purchase in the Chinese closed beta. But by analyzing their lumen crystal shop, I can make the conversion between lumen crystals and dollars and give you an approximate estimate of how much this would actually cost in dollars, depending on which lumen crystals purchase you make, because the higher the purchase cost, the better the lumen crystals value per dollar that you get from that purchase. This brings us to the next monetization type, the items shop. These sparkling cubes actually guarantee that any Aniimo that you use this on or hatch with it will become a sparkling, which is your equivalent of a shiny Aniimo, and you can purchase any amount of them, although at a hefty expected cost of around $20 worth of value each. On the other hand, Glimmer as a secondary premium currency can also buy you a selection of convenience or luxury items, from premium Anipods to changing your Aniimo's personalities, forms, or your character name. Similarly, you can also purchase bundles of items. You can either purchase these pre-built bundles, generally giving you different combinations of convenience items at a discounted value, and with expected prices between $1 to $40 worth of lumen crystals, or you can make your own bundle by choosing which items you want, which costs approximately the equivalent of $9. And lastly, I also want to mention that you can use your premium currency Glimmer to purchase Primagy, which is the game's main energy system. Now, generally speaking, you can use your Primagy to get some basic evolution materials for your Aniimos, some resonance materials that improve their stats slightly, but you can also spend it to get carried items, which are equipment that you can give to your Aniimo, and also these randomly generated runes that you can equip to those carried items to increase those stats further. So while you can get all of these items for free by just playing the game, spending real money can definitely speed up that acquisition as well to some extent, potentially giving you at least a little bit of an advantage in the very short term. In the very long term though, as more players acquire these items for free, that gap will become smaller and smaller, to the point where the difference between free-to-play players and paying users will become more and more negligible over time. But very important to mention though, is that the current PvP mode does have this rule that says deployed Aniimo stats are adjusted for balance, so it seems to suggest that the devs want to actually avoid any potential pay-to-win situation in these types of small advantages that you are able to purchase. So where does this lead us? For the most part, I do believe this is kind of one of the best case scenarios. The main questionable decision is locking Prismana Fulmintis behind the battle pass during the season, because even if it becomes available for free later, it does potentially give a significant advantage to players in PvP who purchase that Aniimo during the season that they have it exclusively. And this may continue to repeat in the future. If every season has an exclusive Aniimo, then eventually some of those Aniimos might be strong enough that they oppress free-to-play players for that season in PvP, even though the devs have also stated that they do plan to make balance changes whenever necessary. And another similar case is that, even though players can get the current legendary Aniimo Irisalis for free with some luck, I was able to instantly get her in the latest Global Closed Beta event by spending thousands of premium currency, approximately the equivalent of $80, which could also be controversial in case she becomes a top tier Aniimo in PvP. I definitely have to say though, the game has been extremely generous with a lot of essential materials that we need, pretty much giving us ways to get unlimited Anipods, the objects used to catch creatures, as well as unlimited XP, and even unlimited soft currency. So the game does allow you to grind for hours on end in case you want to level up all of your Aniimos while also catching tons of perfect quality Aniimos, and also while still making a fortune at the same time. But of course, I would love to know what you think. What do you feel about this monetization from what we've seen so far? Do you think it's fair? Do you think sparklings should be less easy to get? And do you feel the game should be less permissive on the pay-to-skip or pay-to-progress purchases? The devs did say that one of their monetization core principles is that it should never come at the cost of the core gameplay experience, and I think for the most part, this very much is already true from what we can see in this global closed beta, so I am excited to see where it goes. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like as it helps a lot. Please share your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll see you on the next one.